going to continue our look at interactive mixing and sound classes and sound modes by creating a special state. So we're in this exercise room, and there is a sound attached to this machine over here. So in a Batman-esque scenario, we have dangerous poisonous gas leaking from this machine, and the player needs to find it and turn it off before they die. So we've given the player a special mode so that they can press a key on the keyboard, and this will highlight objects of interest in the area by changing the mix. So they'll be able to enter this mode and identify where the gas is coming from, come over to this thing and turn it off. So we've got a play sound in Kismet playing back through that machine here, and if we look at that sound cue, we can see that currently it is and part of the ambient sound class. Now that's not useful to us because in the rest of the room you can see that the sounds are played back through these ambient sound simples, which are automatically designated the ambient sound class. So if we use a sound mode to bring those down in volume, it's also going to affect our sound, and we want the sound to maintain its current volume. So we'll have to create a new sound class. So we'll go down to the sound classes and modes package, and we will create a new sound class, and we'll call it a test, and you can see it appears in our sound class editor, and at the moment it's going to be a child of the sound effects class. So now we need to create a sound mode, and we'll call it a test mode. Okay, so then we'll edit this. What we want this to do is to bring all the sound effects down in volume to 0.2, and we'll apply that to all the children of that parent sound class. We also want to do the same to the music. Now you'll notice that we've added the new sound class as a child of this, so this is going to be brought down to 0.2. But what we're also going to do is add that specific sound class here, a test, and we'll add another volume multiplier to actually multiply that by 5, which will bring it back up to its normal volume. Now the reason we're doing that, of course, is because I don't want to have to enter each of these individual sound classes in my sound mode and bring them all down individually. So I'll do the whole lot, but then I'll just add an exception for that and bring that back up again so that's played at normal volume. So I'll save that, and like before, we're going to have to restart UDK in order for that change to take effect. Now if we make sure that this sound cue is assigned to our new sound class, and we save that package, then what we should find, if we go in and just test it quickly, bring up the console, everything else comes down apart from our machine, and then the player can go up. They've identified that. Now just to make it slightly more challenging, we'll have that sound class timeout. So at the moment it's set to be on for an infinite amount of time, so it's a -1 setting. So if we have it just on for say 4 seconds, save that. Okay, and then we've got a trigger over here already, so that's what we can use to, when the player's identified that area, they're going to come up and use it, and then that can turn that machine off and everything is safe again. Now the player obviously needs to choose to enter this special hint mode or tracking mode to find out the objects of interest. And what we're going to use for that is a console event. Now if you've installed the Game Audio tutorial level, we've added an extra key binding for the keyboard key H, and it's called H press, and that will give us an output when we use that keyboard key. And we don't want it automatically, it will display some text to the screen and beep, and we don't want that, so we'll tick that. Now we've also got an output when the key is released, so I'm going to create a copy of that for the release signal, and make sure that that's ticked as well, so that we don't get a beep and text output from that. So when we click this key, we're going to enter our special sound mode. So new action, sound, set sound mode. That's going to click on. We'll select that sound mode in our content browser, and there it is. So let's try that out. So dangerous gas is leaking. Where is it? Press that H. We can identify it a bit more clearly, and we can turn it on. Okay. So those kind of special state sound modes can be used for a variety of things. There's some more further examples in the books, and I'm sure you can think of lots of different ways in which they could be used to make the game more interesting, alter the mixed state depending on the circumstances within the game. So there's a brief introduction to the idea of sound classes being thought of as mixer groups, and then sound modes is where you can set different preset mixer settings for specific events in the game.